Hey, it's Paul Bates of GreatDad.com, and today I'm looking at a family game night game from a company out in central Pennsylvania. It's actually a small company, family-run company. I think they came up with this on their own, based on their own game-playing activities. The Spisak family out in central PA, and they come up with a game that's good for multi-generational play. It's called OK Boomer. I guess I'm not supposed to really like that name since it wasn't really created, that line wasn't really created in the most friendly way toward baby boomers. But this is a fun game. It's a fun trivia game that you can play among generations, all the way from Generation Z, or through the silent generation, all the way through Generation Z. It's very simple to play. There are 5 different sets of cards, 5 packs of cards, each with 55 cards in them, and each card has 2 questions on it. And it's meant to play so that everybody gets a chance to answer questions that would be easiest for people of that generation. And we played it the other night with 4 of us, so one baby boomer, one millennial, 1 and 2 Generation Zs, and we had a good time with it. We kind of created a structure which they didn't necessarily create, that we just laid out the cards in 5 stacks based on the category of the age category, and we just played sequentially. So, like I started out with millennial. My son read me the card from the millennial deck, and I got a chance to answer that. And if I answered it correctly, I kept the card, and we played until one of us, I did, got 5 cards. And it took about 15 minutes. A great way to end a family dinner, or if you were playing a family game night, a game that you could put in the rotation. So there are five decks, each with 2 questions on them. So a total of 550 questions, 275 cards in total, and that should give you enough of a variety to keep you busy for a little while. Now, reviews on the game itself. First of all, it is $35, so this is not a cheap price point. You can buy it on Amazon. If you have Amazon Prime, obviously you get the shipping for free, or you can buy it at okboomer.game. I would assume there's some shipping fee if you buy it directly from them, but that does benefit the Spisak family directly. But there is competition for this type of game. Trivial Pursuit has the classic edition that just sells for like $17. Their master edition is about $40, but those games have somewhere between 2,000 and 3,000 questions. So that is a different type of game. There's also another game from Blue Sky Games that's also called Baby Boomer, so don't get them confused. It's in a blue package. It's made for a slightly older crowd, so 18 plus. I don't know if there's anything in there that would not be appropriate for 12, 13-year-olds. But this game specifically is made with different categories that fit the age group, so that some of the questions that we were asked were clearly things that no baby boomer would have seen. I mean, it's just outside of our canon, outside of our experience. And likewise, there were things that were obvious to my wife and myself, but that were harder for the kids. They did best on things involving history, for example, from the baby boomer era or the silent generation era, versus entertainment or trends or even to some degree science. And overall, the reviews on the game were good. It was a good length of a game. 15 minutes is good, as I say, if you're playing it just as a one-off or in rotation with some other games. My daughter, who is 20, thought it was a little bit. It was a fun game. She said if we were playing it in rotation with a bunch of other games, she'd love to play it again. If it were the only game that we were playing, she would. There are other games that she liked better than this. She's a really big fan of Word on the Street. So that's about it for OK Boomer. Again, 5 categories ranging from generation from the silent generation all the way through Generation Z. We got silent generation, baby boomers, Generation X, millennials, I guess, and then Generation Z. $35, at on Amazon or at okboomer.game. Paul Baines at GreatDad.com. We'll see you next time. Bye.